Hello, welcome to this Modurol video. Today we're going to look at the washer bottle and potentially how to fix a leaking washer bottle. This video has been prompted by an email from a fellow Jaguar XK8 enthusiast, Giorgio in Italy, and he's got a frustrating problem. He's got a leaking washer bottle. He's tried to contact his local garages and they're not willing to take it on. I'm not sure whether they're a bit afraid of Jaguars, or it's just such a small job, they're not really interested in the work. But anyway, we're going to take a look at potentially how to fix that issue. Before we start stripping the car down, first of all, let's try, you can check the motor noise. I mean, obviously my car isn't broken, it's actually working, but you can hear the pump. So if you hear the pump buzzing, you obviously haven't got an issue with the pump itself. It's something to do with the delivery system. So let's take a look at the pipework from the bottle to the windscreen wipers. So the screen wash pipework on an XK8 is quite novel in the fact that it delivers the screen wash via the windscreen wiper itself. And there's a small pipe from the nozzle. My little device is getting in the way. If anybody can guess what that's for, please say so in the comments. There's no prizes, but it's really, really clever, that. Well, I think so. Simple and clever. But anyway, you tell me what you think it's for. Anyway, going back to pipework, the pipework runs along the wiper arm and then comes round and under to a point here, all of which you need to check for leaks. On the other wiper, you've got a similar system. It goes along the wiper arm and there's another joint here. All the pipework joins together underneath the windscreen scuttle, and we'll go over to the other side to check where it comes out. We're over the other side now, so if we remove this bulkhead cover, you can see the pipe. I've had to turn the flash on so you can see it. I don't know if you can see the black rubber pipe there is here. It's coming from underneath the scuttle. It goes along the side of the ECU box, underneath the ECU fuse box, and then you can see it here. It goes through a grommet here into the inner wing. So you're looking for any water or leaks on that pipework. It should be okay. It's a solid piece of pipe. Next then is actually, it enters the inner wheelhouse behind the liner. Now it's actually situated just here. Obviously the filler is directly above. You fill it directly here and it goes inside the inner wing. And if I just pull out here, I don't know, you can just see it. But unfortunately through, there's an access cover here for, in theory, changing bulbs. But it's practically useless. It's very difficult to get in. And if you're trying to do this job on your windscreen wiper, bottle, motor and pipework, it's not really any good. So what we're going to do, I'm going to jack the car up, remove the wheel and get a bit of better access for you. The tools you're going to need then, obviously you're going to need a method of jacking the vehicle up. You can actually use the car's own jack, but it's more convenient to use a trolley jack. You need a method of securing the vehicle while you're working on it, in this case an axle stand. In order to move the wheel you need a 23mm socket and obviously a lever. Again, you can use the car's own toolkit. A couple of blocks to secure the diagonally opposite wheel, and a trim clip to help remove clips, and a 10mm socket to help remove clips. For safety, while we're jacking up the front, I've added some wooden blocks either side of the diagonally opposite wheel to stop the car from moving while we jack it up. In order to jack the car up then, I'm using the main jacking point. You can see here with the sort of change in shape of the sill, there's a reinforcement plate in there, so we need to jack around that. Then just need to loosen all the bolts, the wheel nuts, which I've done here. You'll find the locking wheel nut will have a cover on it, which is quite, there's normally a removal tool to remove that cover, but if you can't find it, use the socket, just twist it, shake it around a bit, and the cover should come off. There you go, something like that. Bit of a hack that, but there you go. So I'm going to jack the car up, support it with a axle stand, and remove the wheel. To keep the car secure while I'm working on it, I've placed the axle stand underneath the front suspension member, cross member mount. That way, if the jack was to fail, it's not going to fall on me. Okay, the wheel's off now. So we need to, the washer bottle and motor's behind here. We need to remove these clips to remove the front part of the wheel arch liner. There is actually a bolt up here I've already removed. To remove the clips, just get a bit of a trim tool and you're just going to flick them out. Take the centre out and the rest should come out. It's easy as that. This particular one, you should, I think it's a 10mm socket, just get on there and unscrew it. With all the fixings undone, you need to get your fingers underneath the bottom and just pull it out from on inside the wing, and that reveals the washer bottle. You can see here the liner, you don't need to remove the whole thing, you can fold it back itself onto the disc. And you can clearly see the washer bottle and the pipe work. It's very easy to access. With the washer bottle and liner exposed, you can follow the routing of the pipe. So you can see here, it's coming along the inner wing, behind the filler, and then down here, until it goes to the bottom of the pump. And that is the pump outlet for your windscreen washers. Now, in my case, this end had become corroded or actually aged, and it actually broke down. It's weeping from here. So what I did, I pulled this pipe off. Obviously, I'm not going to do it at the moment because my tank is full and I got a little water on the garage floor. But you can pull that off, cut to a section which is good, and there's plenty of give on this pipe. You can pull it through a little bit more and then push that section, the new section, on to the motor. That's what worked for me. Obviously, the other issue is potentially if you've got a dead motor, you need to replace it, which is very easy. This pipe pulls off, the lower pipe. The overflight pulls off as well, the overflow there. And you've just got to unclip the electrical connection, which it literally just pulls off. I don't know whether you can see, in order to pull off the electrical connector, you've got to depress that tab and flick it off with a screwdriver. It's quite tricky to do when it's in situ, but once you've actually pulled the motor out of its location, it's easy to do when it's not connected to the tank. My car only has screen wash. It doesn't have headlamp screen wash, so there could well be another output on here for screen wash, potentially another motor. So you may have one or two motors in your tank. The other potential leak path is the motor is joined to the tank purely by a rubber seal, and to remove the tank you pull it and the seal off. Now that seal can also degrade, but in my case it's perfectly serviceable after 30 years. So it is another potential leak, but highly unlikely. If you find the motor isn't running normally, you need to replace it, and they're reasonably cheap. I'll give you the part number here. In order to remove it, you need to remove the top and bottom pipe. Obviously, electrical connection you can do once it's removed, and literally you pull the motor out from its grommet in the bottom of the tank. It really is as easy as that. I'm not going to do it, as I say, because I've got a full tank. Right then, so I'm going to have to put all this back together now. Obviously, I haven't got a problem with the car, but hopefully Giorgio in Italy, that's helpful for you, and hopefully it'll help you get your car back on the road. Obviously, not having a screen wash working is an MOT failure in the UK, and potentially will keep your car off the road. So it's a small but critical element that needs to be kept on top of. And I can understand why some garages don't really want to address this fault, which is very frustrating for us owners. Anyway, if you find this video interesting, please like, comment, share and subscribe for more XK8 videos. Bye bye.